Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about things that I would tell my teenage self. For those of you that don't know, I just turned 24 this month and I was doing a bit of reflection thinking about my teenage years. I think it went by like really quickly, so I said I'm going to do a video on it today and hopefully it can help a lot of teenagers out there. So let's get straight into it. So the first one, oh yeah, I've got notes on my phone in case you're wondering why I'm looking down. So the first thing that I would tell my teenage self or anybody else out there who's a teenager is to love me and love the way I was created. Sometimes we spend too much time expecting people to love us the way we are, but we don't even love the way we look. We don't even love how God created us. And I think if I'd loved myself a lot more back then, that would have been a lot better for me and I wouldn't go through a lot of heartbreak and disappointment from people. So loving yourself, love the way you're created. If you've got a big nose, love it. Love how God created you. I think that's the number one thing I would tell my teenage self. The next thing is, it's okay if people didn't like me for who I am. Now, one thing you gotta understand is that it's not everyone that's gonna like you the way you are, and that's okay. It's okay if people don't like you. People didn't like Jesus neither, and he was here to save the world. So don't expect everyone to like you. Some will like you, some won't like you. I think if everyone did like you, if you're in an organization or you're in school and 90% of people do like you, I think something is wrong, because sometimes in order for people to like you, you always have to please them, and pleasing them may not make you happy. So don't focus on, making sure that everyone likes you. Just be you. And if people want to like you for being you, they will. And if they don't like you, it's okay. The next thing I would tell my teenage self is to stay away from relationships. Oh my goodness. If you're brought up in an African home, when you're a teenager, your mom is like, stay away from boys. Listen, stay away from them. You don't need relationships when you're a teenager. Honestly, you don't need them. I remember when I was in uni and a girl once told me, because everyone was in a relationship when I was in uni. You know how it is. You meet new people, you like this person, you like that person, and you start dating and everything. And one girl told me, she said, Dami, don't worry about getting in a relationship right now, because all these people that you're seeing in uni, once uni is done, most of these relationships is going to be over, and when you move on in life, you're going to see even more people, more better people. And when she said that to me, I didn't fully understand what she meant until I was done with uni and I was working and moved to different countries and all that kind of stuff. I realized that a lot of people that were in relationships when they were in uni, them relationships were off. And some people that I thought were good looking in uni, now I look back and I'm like, ugh, they didn't even glow up. Some people that were ugly in uni, once they were done with uni and moved on in life and everything, they looked better. So don't focus on relationship. You don't need relationships when you're a teenager, especially in secondary school. It's too much to deal with. Just stay away, okay? In order to prevent teenage pregnancies and disease and all of that, stay away. The next thing I would tell my teenage self is to have a relationship with God. Now, back then, I remember when my mom used to make me read my Bible, and I didn't read my Bible because at that time I didn't have friends who read their Bible, so I wasn't influenced to read mine. But I think if I had a relationship with God back then, it would have been easy for me to select my friends wisely. I know it's hard to have a relationship with God when you're a teenager, because normally you have the tendency to copy what people do at a teenage stage. That's what a lot of teenagers do. But my advice is to try and start having a relationship with God, and don't neglect God in your teenage years, because a lot of things that you go through when you become an adult is the mistakes that you make when you were a teenager. So try and pursue God. Next thing I've got on the list is to discover purpose and to pursue it. Before you start filling them university applications in secondary school, please discover your purpose, because what you don't want to do is to do one degree for like 3 to 4 years and to discover that this isn't what God has called me to do, I don't really like this, and then you go back again and do another 3 to 4 years. That is painful. That is painful. There are people who've done that and they didn't do that because they wanted to, but because they didn't discover purpose earlier on, they went ahead and do the wrong course, and some they've done the wrong course and they've decided that they're not going back to uni and they're going to stick to the wrong course, and as a result of that they're not happy. So make sure before you fill them university application, discover your purpose. Your teacher is not going to know what you're called to do. She might think, oh, you're good at maths, you're good at this, you're good at that. You can be good at so many things, but you need to know what you're called to do. So when you get into uni, you just face it, do it for 3 to 4 years, and boom, you're done. The next thing is to know what sex is really about. Them sex education that they give you in secondary school, that's just 20% of what sex is about. There's more to it than that, and I'm probably going to do a video on that later on. But please educate yourself in sex, okay? It's not just man and woman having intercourse. It's a lot more to it than that, on the spiritual side and the physical side. And another thing is, please do not feel like you should be pressured into having sex, okay? Sex is not something that you should be doing outside of marriage as a Christian, but in general, I would advise you to stay away from sex as a teenager. It's just too much to deal with, especially as a girl. Your emotions get involved. You end up being with a lot of douchebags, boys that don't know what they're doing. So try and stay away with sex. I know keeping your virginity in this day and age is something that a lot of people don't value anymore, but there are people still out there who would love to be a virgin. So please value it, okay? Don't feel like my friends are doing it, so I need to do it. That's not a good enough reason, okay? Stay away from it. The next thing, what's going on with this phone? Just when I'm doing a video, you decide to just mess up. Oh my goodness. Alright, now I found it. Alright, the next thing I'll tell myself is to have standards and policy for my life. This is something that I've implied when I hit my 20s. Have policy, okay? Know what you can take, know what you can't take from people. Know what you like, know what you don't like. Let people know that, you know, she's the kind of person, or he's the kind of person that don't do this, that don't do that. If she says she's not going to do it, she's not going to do it. Let people know you for that. Stand your ground. Have policies for your life so you don't have to deal with people who just bring negativity to you. Have policies, okay? Know what you take and know what you can't take. It's not everyone that deserves to be in your inner circle. Some people need to be out of your circle. Some people, they don't need to know what's going on in your life. You need to be able to you know what you can take and know what you can't take from people. It's really, really important. Just have a policy, okay? And let people know you for that. Back when I was in secondary school, there's some people that I just wouldn't hang around with, and that was just me, and nothing was gonna make me talk to them, because I knew deep down that I wasn't gonna take such BS, and at the end of the day, they just end up going their own way. So have policies for your life. Set policies for your life. Another thing is to do what makes you happy and not what makes your friends happy. I've seen a group of friends who go shopping, and this used to happen to me when I was young, and I remember one of my friends told me, she said, you know, all my friends are buying the same outfit, but I can't buy that outfit because I don't fit into it. And she was crying and she was feeling bad about herself, and I said, look, you and your friends don't have to wear the same thing. If you don't want to wear what they're wearing, it's cool. We're not from the same mom, we're not born on the same day, we're not born on the same time. So if you want to wear that, but don't do things just to make your friends happy or to satisfy your friends. Do what makes you happy. 10 friends cannot be friends for 10 years. Something is going to separate you along the line. So don't live your life for your friends. Do what makes you happy. If your friends want to go to Nando's but you want to go KFC, then go KFC. I know there are times where you need to compromise, but when it involves your happiness, I believe you shouldn't compromise when it comes to that, okay? Along the line, you're going to meet new people. So don't be too, don't attach yourself to your friends too much that you lose your happiness in the middle of it. Be careful of that. The next one is, don't use the term best friends. Back when I was small, people would have like maybe 5 friends and they'd say, oh, that one is my best friend. And what I find with that term is that when you've got like a few friends that you hang around with, especially in secondary school where you're all in the same building for like 6 years, and you've got like a group of friends and the group knows that there's one particular person that's closer to you than the rest, it causes a lot of conflict. That term best friend, just don't use it. It's better to say, you know, she's like a sister to me, he's like a brother to me. But when you use that term best friend, it makes other people feel like, you know, what's the whole point of being friends with her anyway? The only person she talks about, the only person she surrounds herself with is that particular one. So avoid that term. Don't use that term. Instead, just use brother or sister is best. Study your friend's weakness and don't use it against them. If you know your friend is weak in a certain area, don't use that against them. Instead, help them. Okay, build it up as a strength. It would be really nice if you can do that for people. The next one is to surround yourself with positive people and not people who bring drama into your life. Look, there are some friends, yeah, they just love drama. They create drama, they bring drama, they get involved in drama, and when you're friends with that kind of person, somehow your name ends up in that drama. And it's just too much to deal with. And then what ends up happening is she said this and he said that and I thought he said and I thought she said. All of that just causes too much trouble. If you know you're surrounded with friends who love drama, stay away, because someday your name is going to get involved and you're not going to like it, and it's going to end in a very, very nasty way. So stay away from them people. The next one is to do what makes you happy. Okay, don't lose yourself. Do what makes you happy. If you love nature and your friends don't love nature, it's okay. Make sure you explore nature. Don't put your teenage years on hold because of friends. It's not good. Okay, so make sure you do what makes you happy. Treat yourself. The next one is feel free to express yourself in what you wear. Now, if you've got a group of friends, all of you are not going to like the same outfit. Some like a gypsy style, some like a sexy style, some like a baggy style, and we're all different. We're all different. We're not going to be the same. That's just the truth. But feel free to express yourself that way, because you will attract people who like to dress that same way as well. So don't wear the same things that your friends wear. When you're a teenager, I find that a lot of teenagers, when their friends like to dress in a particular way, they want it too, forgetting that you and your friend are not the same. So if you like a particular style, it is okay. Stick to that style. If your friend doesn't like it, it is okay. The next one is take your education seriously. Take it seriously. When I was in secondary school, a lot of people dropped out because they felt like, I don't need education and education is not for me, and just because you go to school, they always use that excuse, just because you go to school doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Education opens a lot of gates in the future, so please take it serious, okay? You don't have time to waste. There are people out there who would love to go to school and they don't have the opportunity to go to school, so please take it seriously. The next one is be a teenager and not an adult. Teenagers of nowadays, like, I don't even understand spending money on makeup, spending money on alcohol, spending money on expensive bags, designer brands. When I was a teenager, I didn't even wear makeup. These things didn't even exist in my world. Be a teenager, have fun, go out, go play. Don't be too worried about all these expensive stuff, because there will be a time where you're working and you'll be able to get these things. But when you're spending your teenage years trying to become an adult, trying to wear heels, trying to put on a HD makeup, you're gonna miss your teenage years, and it goes by so quickly. You'd be surprised, it goes by so quickly. So enjoy being a teenager, have fun, just feel free. Don't feel like I need to look like Kylie Jenner. Leave Kylie Jenner alone. Be you. The next one is to take time to know yourself, and take time to know yourself. All right, know what you like, know what you don't like, know what you can take, know what you can't take, know what way you feel like expressing yourself. Just take time to understand yourself. A lot of people, especially teenagers, get into relationships and they expect the other person to understand them when you don't even understand yourself. How is that supposed to work? Make sure you know you. Take time to understand you. Know what makes you angry, know what makes you happy, know what you like, know what you don't like. It's really, really important. What matters is you. You are important to you. There's only one of you. There's no other, just you. So take the time out to understand you. The next one is to create goals for your life each year. So whenever we hit a new year, make sure you create a goal and make sure you stick it on your wall. So when you wake up in the morning, you look at it. And the reason why I say this is because obviously teenagers nowadays, they spend so much money on materialistic things that they're not even thinking about their future. When you wake up and you look at that goal, let's say on your sheet, on your goal sheet, you've got a goal of doing your driving test and buying a car, right? So whenever you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about, oh, I'm gonna get a Gucci bag. You look at that list and you're like, nah, you know what? I'll save the Gucci bag for later and keep that money for the driving test. All right, your goal helps you to keep yourself on track when it comes to spending money and the decisions that you make in life as well. Okay, and another thing is to make sure that you surround yourself with people who also have goals in life, who also have purpose in life. They're purpose-driven people. Is important, because if you're hanging around with people who just go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, go to school, and that's about it, you're going to end up in that same category as well. So surround yourself with purpose-driven people. It's really, really important. Don't be afraid to drop friends as you continue on in life, okay? Because 10 friends cannot be friends for 10 years. Uni is going to separate you. Moving to different countries is going to separate you. Attitude and behavior is going to separate you. Different things are going to separate you. So I hope you guys have learned something from this video. If there's anything you want me to do a video on, let me know. You can message me on any of my social media. I'll leave that in the description box. Also, do make sure you subscribe to the channel. For those of you who have already subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. Please do follow my fan page on Facebook at #letsgetitright. Until my next video, guys, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye.